Hey, Doug Upstone here for Vegas Pro Insiders Daily. Today's August 2nd. We're moving ahead in the month. We got football tomorrow, but today we have baseball. And that's going to be our focus today. We got 4 baseball picks for you today. We're still rolling along. Hit a little bit of a bump lately, but basically still rolling along. I think 191 and 150 in recent free picks here. So nothing too much to complain about. Like I said, a little bit off lately, but hey, you know what? We're ready to bounce back, and it can happen quite literally any day. And speaking of something that you can do any day, you can become a VPID member. For only $39.99 a month, you'll get all of my top plays. You'll get the super systems that continue to do extremely well, the in-season systems, the Dirty Dog, which I've mentioned here several times, up over 40-some units on the season, doing absolutely fantastic, and Wise Guy plays as well. Some of the consensus plays on those. $39.99 a month for all of that. You got football coming. Where else are you going to go and get all of that for $39.99 for football? You're just not going to. I mean, as simple as that. So, hey, the choice is yours. I'm not here to twist your arm. I'm just here to lay out the facts for you, because a Vegas Pro Insider Daily is not a pick service, okay? We have picks, we sell picks, but they're all part of a package that is designed to help you win on a consistent basis with other information on the games that you bet yourself besides the ones that we hand out. So there you go. Take a look at it, see what you think. First up, for the first time since I've been doing this during the baseball season, the same 4 games that had the biggest line moves are the same 4 games that have the biggest line moves today. So back to back, okay? It's incredible. When it came up, it was just like, wow, I've never had that happen before. So pretty remarkable. So once again, we will start off with St. Louis and Milwaukee. Now yesterday, Milwaukee went from an underdog to a favorite and ended up winning the game 3-2. Now today, they are a sinking favorite against St. Louis. And so with that, there's a couple of things that go along with that. Now, yesterday, part of the reason that I took St. Louis and why I like them is because they were 16-6 at Miller Park, and I thought, and Nelson had a poor, Jimmy Nelson had a poor record against the Cardinals. Now, he did the job. Brewers did the job, won the game. But tonight, I really like this Brett Sutter for the Brewers. I've seen him pitch twice now. Like what he has, keeps the ball down low. Very poised, and he's going up against Luke Weaver for the Cardinals. And I took him last week, but he got a little unsettled and lost, he walked 2 batters, gave up a hit and walked 2 batters, and gave up a grand slam against Arizona, and that was the ball game for all intents and purposes. And when looking at that, I just wonder if he's ready on this big of a stage to go that far and do that well in an important game like this, really for both teams who are trying not to lose contact with the Chicago Cubs. So I look at this. The Brew Crew, when they play a team that is a marginal losing team like St. Louis, they're 8-0 at home this season. So you know what? I like Milwaukee here. Next up, we have the New York Mets are at Colorado. Now, Colorado won last night, and they're a sinking favorite against the Mets. Now, I can tell you one thing for sure, okay? Mets starting pitcher Chris Flexen is not the reason why the Mets are going down, or why the Mets are becoming a smaller underdog. This guy, he's only making his 2nd start, don't know much about him. The real reason is Tyler Chatwood for the Rockies. For some reason, he has developed a mental block about pitching at Coors Field. In the last 2 years, he's 6-13. The Rockies are 10-19, and he's got an ERA over 6. So from that standpoint, that's why this is happening. Line going down because nobody can trust Chatwood. But you know what? I'm gonna trust him a little bit. Give him a lean here with the Rockies, because I still think they're going to be able to hit against Mets pitching, not just Flexen, but pretty much that whole pretty mediocre bullpen. So I'll take Colorado here at home to get the job done. Next up, Cleveland and Boston. Now, yesterday I told you that we had Chris Sale against Carlos Carrasco. Great pitching matchup, right? Okay. The total went from 8 to 7. Okay. I agreed with it, even though I had a couple things that, wasn't crazy about, but I said, not to go hog wild on it. And so what happens? After 1 out in the bottom of the second, the over was already good yesterday. So that was incredible. And Boston ended up winning 12-10 in a remarkably fascinating baseball game last night. But you know what? Sports bettors, or baseball bettors in this case, think that was an outlier event. And so they're looking at tonight's game, looked at a total of 10. They've taken it down to 9.5. And not as convincing, though, this time, because you have baseball's biggest loser and current American League Cy Young winner, Rick Porcello, on the mound going against Trevor Bauer, who has an ERA over 5 for the Indians. My initial thought was, this looks like an overplay, but when I started doing a little bit more research, I found this, and this really convinced me to go the other way. And get this now, Trevor Bauer, okay, with the Indians, he's 15-1 on the road against teams with a winning record since 2015. Wow, right? I mean, 15-1? You know what? I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. I like the under on that particular game. Next up, Tampa Bay and Houston. Nice win for Tampa Bay last night. Houston had a good comeback, but just not quite enough. Now the total on this game has dropped from 9 to 8.5. Not because of Austin Pruitt for the Rays, who's got an ERA of, I think it's 6.63. And that includes several relief appearances. He's made 2 starts, one back in April and one just recently. But the real thing that's driving this is Dallas Keuchel's pitching for the Astros, and he's been exceptional when he's been healthy. 9-0, 1.94 ERA. But you know what? He only threw 3 innings in his first game back. I'm not sure he's ready to go just yet. I'm not sure that he's the guy that we expect to see. Then I also look at that Tampa Bay, if they're off a win by 2 or fewer runs, they're 20-6 over. And I'm going to blend that with the Astros being, I think it's 16-6 over against teams that strike out 7 or more times, which Tampa Bay definitely does. And so with that being the case, the game went over last night. I like the over again here at 8.5. I think that's going to be the play. So, hey, that's it. Doug Upstone, that's everything I got for you for today from Vegas Pro Insiders Daily. As I mentioned, strongly consider becoming a VPID member. Best value that there is in sports betting. And we'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow and see if we can get some more winners for you. Otherwise, right now, gentlemen and ladies, I'm out.